In this episode of Highlight Sundays, a Nexus rumor roundup and various breakthroughs. Hello and welcome back to Highlight Sundays. It is the 44th week of 2013 and here are your highlights. We start off with a pretty serious PSA from How to Geek. This one is entitled Ransomware, why this new malware is so dangerous, and how to protect yourself. Now, traditionally, viruses or other malware basically, try to sit in your system. Maybe they'll try to steal your credit card information if that's what they're going for. But this new type of malware takes a simpler and in fact much more efficient way of getting its job done. A prime example of such malware as quoted in the article is one called Crypto Lockup. Once that malware lands on your system, it encrypts some of your files. Essentially, those files are held for ransom because essentially the virus then pops up and tells you, hey, your files are encrypted. If you want to get them back, send money to this particular place and they'll send you a key to decrypt those files. Extremely novel, extremely effective, and, well, rather frightening. For more information about this, do head down to the video description and read this very detailed article. They also share some information about, how you can try to get around that. And of course, the easiest way is to have continuous backup of your files. Being able to restore an earlier version not only allows you to circumvent this particular virus, it also helps you when things start to fail, like a hard drive failure, perhaps even an operating system failure. But yeah, always good to have backups. As mentioned, do head down to the video description to check out more on this. So moving on to the rather less morbid stuff, let us take a look at some of the Nexus rumors and information that has been surfacing over the past week. This segment contains information collated from a grand total of 3 articles. All of these will be listed in the video description. In short, Google has 2 new products coming out in the pipeline. The first of the 2, the Nexus 5, is actually out, like 1 day before you watch this video. In fact, the Nexus 5 was actually released on the 31st of October, whereas of course the second product in the pipeline, the Nexus 10 second generation, will be coming out soon. Even though, the original rumored release date, which was also the 31st of October, didn't actually happen. Now, I believe we've covered this before, so very quickly, the Nexus 5 has a 5-inch 1080p screen with Gorilla Glass, as well as an 8-megapixel camera. The Nexus 5 will be available in 16 and 32GB, and that will run you $349 and $399 respectively. Carriers are also in the works of getting these, so hopefully before the holidays you will be able to get one from your carrier as well, if you choose not to get it from Google Play. Unfortunately, we do not have equally concrete information when it comes to the Nexus 10 second generation. All the information we have at this point of time are rumors, some more credible than others, but rumors nonetheless. By the looks of things, we're still gonna get the impressive 10-inch 2560 by 1600 screen. It will have a Snapdragon 800 quad-core processor, as well as a whopping 3GB of RAM. Both these devices will run Android 4.4 KitKat, and at the same time, existing Nexus device owners can expect the newest version of Android to be rolling out soon. Many sources were originally hopeful that, the release date would be the same as that of the Nexus 5. Unfortunately, that didn't quite happen, but let's all keep our fingers crossed that this delay will be short and we will be seeing more information about the Nexus 10 soon. As mentioned earlier, this particular segment is a combination of information from 3 different sources, namely articles from Gizmodo, Engadget, and PC Advisor. So once again, do hop down to the video description and check out these 3 articles if you're interested to find out more. More breakthroughs. Here's an interesting one from Gizmodo and it's entitled How a Simple Circuit Breakthrough Could Double Your Bandwidth. So in a nutshell, here's what's going on. Currently, for all communication devices, they have to send and receive information at different frequencies. Of course, if they were to use the same frequency, these 2 streams of information would clash with each other. But according to the article, a startup by the name of Kumu Networks has actually found a way around this restriction. By using some kind of fancy noise cancellation technique, apparently you can get the two streams of data to exist on the same frequency. Apparently they've partnered up with some major carriers, they of course don't mention who, but apparently they're getting some things done for 2014. Well, let's hope that they change the way in which things work, and we can get more efficient use of our radio waves. Now remember, some time ago we actually looked at this thing called phone blocks. That was essentially a concept for a modular phone. You can put together multiple components to actually create the phone you want. You can swap out components you don't need and devote that to things that will be more useful to you. While that was really just a concept, it turns out that Motorola is interested in this idea. That is, according to this article from GSM Arena, which is entitled, Motorola announces Roundup, a new modular phone concept. According to the article, they did not rip off the phone blocks guys, they have been working on this a year prior. However, they do actually have someone from the phone blocks team working with them on this project. Similar to the original phone blocks concept video, this isn't something that's, confirmed yet, they haven't got any prototypes up. Essentially, this is all still paper talk. But seeing as that now Motorola is involved in a mix, the chances that this might become some kind of a reality gets higher. And well, I would love to see this actually, come out in the market. And I like to see what people can do to make their mobile experience even better. We move on to our last article for the day. This one isn't really, technology related in any way. I guess the whole purpose of my bringing this up at all is to give you a warm and fuzzy feeling inside. This article from Fox News, which actually has been going kind of viral, is entitled, Woman Buys Thief Groceries After He Steals Her Wallet. The story goes like this. A lady was shopping at a grocery store when she noticed that her wallet was pickpocketed by someone. She approaches the guy. Instead of being accusatory, she goes, well, if you return me my wallet, I'll buy you your groceries. She did indeed spend $27 on that guy's groceries, but what's more important at the end of the day is the fact that she's actually helped out someone in need. Because at the end of the day, the guy didn't steal for fun. He was poor, he couldn't afford, just food for his family. He resorted to doing what he did because he was desperate, not because he thought it was right or a fun thing to do. I guess what's most worth noting at this point is the fact that, when people do wrong things like committing a crime, normally there is a deep-seated reason as to why they're doing it. Obviously it doesn't make their act right or correct in any way, but it's important to not be critical. Sometimes people just deserve a second chance. So yeah, kind of a heartwarming story to end off today's episode of Highlight Sundays. Now, I do have a little bit of a vlog segment to end off today's episode of Highlight Sundays, and unfortunately it's not the best of news. You see, as the deadlines and the exams start to crowd upon me, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to take a 1-month hiatus of, just my video work. This might sound kinda terrible, but at the end of the day, actually you will still be getting videos for the very simple reason that I have been quite diligent to, create a backlog of videos. What's gonna happen is throughout this 1-month hiatus, you'll still get Friday minis every week. I can guarantee you that because I should have 7 episodes in the backlog. As for the Wednesday video, you should probably at least have 3 throughout the month of November. So maybe we might have 1 less episode. So I guess the show that will be, really affected by this arrangement is Highlight Sundays. Since of course it's not possible to backlog a new show, I generally do it right before the weekend that it's published. As a result, you may miss up to 4 episodes of Highlight Sundays. I haven't actually looked at the calendar. Perhaps by the end of November, there have only been 3 Sundays. I mean, of course, this will be the first one for November, so yeah, maybe just 3 more. I'll of course still be around. I will be replying to comments, I will be replying to inbox messages, I will be, still on Twitter and everything. Just not, setting out some time every week to do videos. So yeah, hope you guys understand the situation I'm in right now, and I'll be back in December with our normal schedule, maybe even a little bit more than our normal schedule. So yeah, this particular show will return in December, hopefully everything else isn't affected. Hopefully this wouldn't be too drastic of a change. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode of Highlight Sundays. If you have any comments, queries or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow the official Twitter account for this channel at twitter.com/0612tv. In the face of all these changes, it'll be nice to check up on the news at the Twitter page. As always, don't forget I appreciate every like, favorite and subscription you give me. Until next time, you're watching 0612 TV.